road again. Did you enjoy the snow? We got about 8 to 10 inches. It was a lot. I love the snow. I don't like when it turns slushy. I need a visor for my car because I don't have a visor, so it hurts my eyes. Let me see if I have. Hang on a second. Just trying to get glasses. See, they're all fogged up. Damn it. And I didn't bring the cleaner. So I wasn't expecting them to be all fogged up. Unbelievable. Look at this. I have to clean them. Behind a truck. All they do is spit out rocks. Anyway, it's getting close to Thanksgiving. I wonder if this is the year my children are going to say, "Hey Mom, I love you. I miss you." That would be a miracle, wouldn't it? My children actually care about their mother. They want to stop listening to all the lies that Paul Brian Baca, Samuel Baca, and Virginia Schulte have been putting in their minds. If they didn't have money, they wouldn't, if he didn't have his parents, I wouldn't be in this situation. They're pure evil. Samuel Baca and Virginia Schulte from Albuquerque. Samuel Baca is in Glenwood Hills. Ginny Schulte, she's in Rio Rancho somewhere. I can find her address, it's not that hard. From a park above Notary. She's pure evil. And she's as fake as they come. Who does this to children? Who lies to kids? The court order says my kids can reach out to me. But they've spent 8 years telling the children that they are not allowed to talk to me. And the New Mexico Family Court do nothing about it. CYFD do nothing about it. That's child abuse and they do nothing about it. Why do prisoners get to see their children and I can't? Tell me that. Because you got an evil, corrupt court system. You've got an evil family court, a corrupt family court. Stephen Klump is corrupt and so is Armond Carion. They don't give a damn about the children. What kind of a court deprives children of their mother? Deprives young kids of their mother? My children were stolen from me. Stolen. They didn't investigate anything. There was no guardian ad litem. Nothing. Everything was my word against theirs. There was no court clinic. There was no psychologist. There was no therapist except the one Samuel Baca handpicked. Why was there no guardian ad litem? Why? Armond Carion saying it was redundant. And he said, I wanted everything in my terms. What have I gotten in my terms? Look at the court orders. Look at all the orders. What have I gotten in my terms? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Everything was what Paul Brian Baca, Samuel Baca, and Virginia Schulte wanted. I got nothing. Because of a corrupt family court. An absolute corrupt family court that doesn't give a shit about children, that doesn't care about the welfare of kids. It's all about politics. It's all about who has the most money. It's not about who's best for the children. How is depriving children of a loving mother? How is that in the best interests of the kids? And they're not just doing it to me. How many other people? I mean, no one else comes forward. No one else comes forward. I'm the only one that speaks up. I was an emotional mess. He had a lawyer every single time he went to court. And he had his father holding his hand. Shame on Vera Janishote. She's a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. What she's doing to the grandchildren, she's an absolute disgrace. The one from Notary in the park above, she's pure evil. Who does this to children? I am their mother. I haven't been able to go to their parent-teacher meetings. I haven't been able to meet their teachers. I don't know who their friends are. They can be in hospital. He can take them out of the country. You tell me how is that right? I literally got treated like garbage, like with the New Mexico Family Court. They didn't give a shit. And how dare Armond Carion say that I wanted everything my way. I got nothing my way. Nothing. Except the car. That was it. He tried to take the car away from me. While he was living with his father, Samuel Baca, rent-free, I was living in my car. Because I had nowhere to go. Kristen Hollenbrook didn't want to help me. She had a 5-bedroom house. She could have offered. She never offered. She didn't give a shit. You know what? You find out who your true friends are. Jesus. It's getting really... You find out who your true friends are when you go through custody and divorce. You find out who truly is there for you. I found out no one was there for me. People would ask me how I'm doing. How do you think I'm doing? You know? How do you think I'm doing? You think it's been easy going through 8 Christmases and 8 Thanksgivings, not having my children, and no one giving a shit? I put my story out here. I put it out for everyone to see. And do you think anyone ever offered to help? I had a GoFundMe. No one ever bothered with the GoFundMe either. If I ever win the lottery, I'll remember all those people that were there for me. If I ever win the lottery, I'll remember all those people, those non-existent people that were there for me during the worst time of my life. Can you imagine having 3 sons and now your 3 sons disown you? Do you know what that feels like? Your 3 sons. Connor is 18, Caden is 16, and Colin's 14. He'll be 15 in December. They don't give a shit about their mother because they've been brainwashed for so long. They don't give a shit about their mom. Couldn't care less. I'm nothing to these people, to these children I gave birth to. I'm nothing. Caden, how dare you treat me the way you treated me? How dare you? How dare you have no respect for your mother? How dare you? You have no idea what I've been through. No idea. Everything I've done, all the years I fought for you, and you treat me like garbage? How dare you, Caden? I loved you so much, and I still love you, but you hurt me. You hurt me just as much as he hurt me. You never, ever, ever turn your back on your mother. You never turn your back on your mom. Ever. You get one mother, and you don't turn your back on your mom. I don't care what anybody tells you. You never turn your back on your mother. Connor, you turned your back on me too. Because they have money and they buy you all this shit. all this material shit that makes them better than me? God, you've no idea what love is. You've no idea. Because you think all those material things is love. That's not love. It's a replacement. You're putting all these material things before your mother. Shame on you, Connor. Shame on you. Whose idea was it to block me on Facebook? Connor, was that your idea? Was that your father's idea? Shame on you. I gave birth to each of you. And I do not deserve to be treated like garbage. I do not deserve this. You know how hurt I am? 8 Christmases, 8 Thanksgivings, and not one of my children ever reached out to me. Not even when my father passed away. None of my kids cared enough to reach out to their mother. You hide behind what they give you. Caden, Connor, and Colin, you hide behind all the material things they give you. You go to see them every single weekend, and not 1 minute can you spare for your mom. Not 1 minute. You've never reached out to me, ever. He's never told you that you can reach out to me. Paul Baca, Samuel Baca, Virgin Schulte. They've never told you. They've never told you, and this is disgusting. Those people are despicable. They are disgusting, despicable people. They wouldn't have you if it wasn't for me. If I didn't care about you, I would have left New Mexico. Why do you think I stayed here? Why do you think I stayed in New Mexico? It's bad enough that I got treated like garbage by the New Mexico Family Court, by Stephen Klump, by Armond Carion, and Ramirez, and Lamar. And then to have my very own children turn their backs on their mother. Shame on you, boys. Shame on you. You're old enough now to know better. Caden, you're old enough. And if you're mad at me, be man enough to come to me and tell me why you're mad at me. Don't frickin' tell me you're mad at me and you don't care if you ever see me again. I'm your mother. I'm never going anywhere. Ever. How would you like if someone treated you like garbage? How would you feel if someone treated you like garbage? And treated you like you were nobody? How would you feel, Caden, Connor, and Colin? How would you feel if there was a bully in school? You were allowing your father to bully your mother. You were allowing your grandparents to bully your mother. How dare you disrespect me? I brought you into this world. I brought each of you into this world. And I never turned my back on you. Ever. You think the last 8 years has been easy for me? It hasn't been easy. It's been horrible. What do you think Thanksgiving is when you don't have anyone to celebrate Thanksgiving with, or you don't have anyone to celebrate Christmas with? You're on your own. You gave birth to 3 children and it's like they're dead. It's like they don't even exist because they don't want anything to do with you, because for 8-9 years their father and their grandparents have been telling them they're not allowed to talk to their mother. And I put my story out on the internet for people to do something. I shared my story so that people would do something. And nobody has ever done anything. Nobody. I've been fighting alone. I can't afford lawyers. You know how much lawyers cost? They cost between $300 to $400 to $500 an hour, depending on how good they are. You think they're going to volunteer their time? They go on the state bar looking for people. These money hungry vultures, they go on the state bar trying to recruit people when they're going through the worst time in their life. That's how low lawyers are. I shared my story because I wanted people to come together and stand behind me and help me. But nobody has ever done that. No one's ever reached out to me, said, Geraldine, how can I help you? What can I do? No one. Because no one cares. And if I ever win the lottery, I'll do the same thing to all those people that were never there for me. All those people that don't ask me how I'm feeling. Because you've no idea how I'm feeling. You have no idea. My heart has been ripped out. It's like a machete. It's like someone got a machete and chopped your heart in pieces. You know, they took away my God-given right to be a mother, to be there for my kids. The New Mexico Family Court took that away from me. Stephen Klump took it away. And Armond Carion, because those people don't give a shit. They do not care about kids. Prisoners have more rights than I do. All because Paul Brian Baca didn't want to share custody. He was a horrible person. All he is a mama's boy. He's never had to do anything on his own. His uncle Danny Baca is the one that gave him his job in Sandia National Labs. He got his job because Uncle Danny Baca is in management. He couldn't even get a reference in Los Alamos. He told me the only people that get promoted is the women that give the boss blowjobs. That's what he told me. If you don't lick up to the boss, you're never going to get anywhere. And I had no one to talk to, ask if what he's saying is the truth. Because they cancelled the Christmas parties, so I was never meeting anybody from his work. So all I had was one side of the story. And Connor, Caden and Colin, all you're getting is one side of the story. And you're content to get one side of the story? Shame on you, boys. Shame on you for turning your back on your mother. I gave birth to you. I brought each of you into this world, and you turned your back on me. You sided with your grandparents and you sided with your father. And now, Caden, you have the audacity to be angry at me? If you're angry at me, tell me why you're angry at me. I'm just as hurt as you. You're content with knowing one side of the story? They don't show you any pictures of me. They want you to forget that I exist. And you're okay with it, Caden, because you don't care about your mother anymore. That is not the son that I gave birth to. That's not the son that used to hug and kiss me all the time. I never thought in a million years, Caden, that you would turn your back on me. Ever. You've no idea what I've been through. What those disgusting people did in court. You've no idea. All they did is lie. Say I abused you, and now you've the audacity, Caden, to think that I abused you because they've been telling you that for so long. They've been grooming you for so long, making you believe things that never happened. You're believing that I abused you when I never did. I wanted you to grow up and not be materialistic. I wanted you to grow up and not be babysat by the Xbox. I didn't want you being on the computer all the time. I always encouraged you. And they took all that away from me because they lied in court. And those are the kind of people you want to be around, Caden? Connor and Colin? You want to be around narcissists? Instead of saying, I want to find out the truth. I want to talk to my mother and I want to find out the truth. Shame on you, boys. Shame on you, because I would never do that to my mother. I loved my mom. And I loved my grandmother. And my grandmother and my mother was nothing like Ginny Vera Schulte. She wasn't materialistic. That woman is pure evil. She's fake. What she displays in public, she's evil. What kind of a grandmother lies to children, lies to the grandkids? What is she telling you, boys? Stay away from me? Why? Because they don't want you to know the truth. That's why they don't want you to talk to me, because they don't want you to know the truth. They want you to be angry at me, and they want you to hate me, and they want you to use me as a punching bag. And you're going along with it, Connor, Caden, and Colin. Connor, shame on you for blocking me on Facebook and blocking me on Snapchat. If you were good children, and if you truly, truly cared about your mother, you would want to know the truth. I didn't raise kids. I didn't give birth to children to turn their backs on their mother, to be materialistic, to grow up to be narcissists like their father and their grandparents. I never wanted that for my boys, ever. But Caden, Connor, and Colin, you're content with material goods in exchange for a relationship with your mother? You're content with knowing one side of the story? You don't want to know the truth. You just want to be told and controlled. All they're doing is controlling your mind. How can that make you happy? Material goods is only temporary happiness. When you get older, none of those material things will matter. It won't matter what kind of iPhone you have. It won't matter, whatever they're doing to keep you away from me. That stupid house that his mother gave him $100,000 as a down payment. Where you're afraid that if you reach out to me, I won't give you material things because that's not who I am. I will never give you material things because I don't have to. Love is not about material things. I cared about you so much. I wrote you letters. I made videos. I reached out to you. I did everything. And you've the audacity, boys. Not one time, not Mother's Day, not Christmas, not Thanksgiving, not my birthday. You have the audacity to never reach out to your mother. I pay you child support. I don't know if he gives it to you or not. If I didn't care, I would have left New Mexico. I have nothing here. Absolutely nothing. But I stayed because I held on to hope that my children would want to know the truth. You hurt me, boys, just as much as he has hurt me, and your grandparents have hurt me. Because I thought you were better than they were. I thought you would want to know the truth. But apparently, boys, you don't care about the truth. You don't care if your mother is hurt. All you care about is lies. Because that's what makes you happy. All those material things. All they do is lie to you. Lie to you all the time. And you never want to know the truth. Of course I'm angry. I'm mad because I wasn't there. I couldn't be there. They did everything they can to hurt my relationship with you. And you have the audacity, Caden, to be mad at me? I am just as hurt as you are. I am just as hurt. But I never gave up on you. I never turned my back on you. And you have the audacity to be mad at me? To tell me that you don't care if you ever see me again? All because of whatever they're putting in your minds? I am hurt. My heart has been shattered. My trust has been shattered. My mother had nothing. My mother had no money. She was the best mother in this world. My mom had so much love to give. But all you think love is material things. You think love is the latest iPhone. They never show you pictures of me because they want to fill your minds with hate about your mother. And you're just going along with it because you want to be narcissists, boys, just like your father and your grandparents. I have tried so hard. I've dedicated the last 8 years. I've wrote hundreds of letters. I make videos. I do everything I can. And then Connor blocks me on Facebook. Caden and Colin, they block me on Snapchat. Whose idea was to do that? Was that your father's? Was that your grandparents'? Is that one of the conditions they put on you? We're going to take away your iPhone if you reach out to your mother? Why do you think your grandfather pays for your phone? Because he wants to monitor whether you talk to me or not. You should care about the truth, boys. You should care about who's telling the truth, who has my best interests, not about who has the biggest house. All they do is lie to you. You don't care about your mother. You know how many children would love to have a mom like me that's fought so hard? But you're so ungrateful, boys, because you don't want to know the truth. Your actions show me you don't want to know the truth. All the Mother's Days, you could have said, "Hi, Mom." You want to go on about hating your mother and believing all the lies that they're telling you? Makes me regret having children. Why did I have 3 kids? Because all I've gotten is hurt, pain and hurt. You're mad at me? You think your father and your grandparents are angels? Read the motions. Go ahead and read all the motions. Read all the lies. Put all your material things ahead of your mother, boys. You'll see what matters in the end. It won't be all those iPhones, iPads, vacations, trips to Disney, designer clothes. None of that will matter. You're sacrificing a relationship with your mother just to make your grandparents happy, just to make your father happy. Is it making you happy, boys? Is it making you happy? Is hurting your mother making you happy? Think about it. My heart is like, it's like if somebody got a machete and just chopped my heart up. It's like, makes me regret having children because none of them wants to talk to me. They have so much disrespect for their mom. I have fought endlessly. Fought and fought and fought. I put my story out on the internet. No one could give a shit. I don't know where else to turn for help because no one cares. I'm on my own. I've been on my own. I used to care so much. And I used to trust so much. All that has been taken away. I don't care anymore. Because I'm sick of being hurt. Sick and tired of being hurt. Being trampled on. Being treated like garbage. I mean, I shared my story. I put everything out on the internet hoping that people would say, you know what, this is not right. I never thought people wouldn't give a shit. It makes me regret sharing my story. Like, what's the point? Nobody offers to help. It's like you're garbage. What do you do? Fought so long. I don't know if this is my 8th or 9th Thanksgiving without my children. Could be my 8th. Not even Mother's Day. Not one of my children reach out to me. They don't give a crap because their father and their grandparents are teaching them to be narcissists. And Caden is so freaking angry at me. He told me he didn't care if he ever saw me again. what he said. I don't care if I ever see you again. All because of everything that has been put in their minds and their heads. Caden, shame on you. Shame on you. I thought you were so much better than they were. I thought you had a heart, Caden. But you want to block me on Facebook, and you want to block me on Snapchat, and you want to turn your back on me because of all the material things they give you in exchange for staying away from your mother. I know I would never have turned my back on my mom. All the money in the world, I would never have turned my back on my mom. And I wanted that with you boys. But you don't want to know the truth. You're only hearing one side of the story. You don't care about the truth, Caden. Because if you were a good child, you would stand up for what's right. You would stop being scared and you would stand up for what's right. Oh yeah, they're paying your college. They're buying you all the designer clothes. They're buying you the latest iPhone, iPads, whatever you want. On one condition, and that is that you stay away from your mother. So you prefer all those material things over a relationship with your mother. You're believing all the shit that's been put in your mind, all the grooming that's been put in your mind. You're angry at me because of whatever he's told you. You believe I abused you because you've been told over and over and over again that I abused you. You're being told that I was going to kidnap you. You're believing things that never happened. But that's okay, Caden, because when you grow up and those people are no longer around, then you'll find out the truth. And you know what? I hope it's not too late. Because you can look back at all my videos and you can look back at all the letters that I wrote. Because at some stage, you know, like this is what my psychologist said. He said at some stage, you know, it's the children's responsibility to reach out. And I said to him, I said, when is that? Like, when does it become their responsibility? I mean, Connor is 18. You know, I'm not trying to take away your college fund. But you shouldn't have conditions put on your mother. You know, it shouldn't be like, hey, we'll pay for your college as long as you don't talk to your mother. We'll pay for your iPhone as long as you don't talk to your mom. Who puts conditions on what they give you? We'll only give you an inheritance as long as you don't reach out to your mother. Why do you think they don't want you to talk to me, boys? Because they don't want you to know the truth. Because if you find out the truth, then you'll see what they're all about. I thought you were better than him, Connor, Caden, and Colin. I thought you were more like your mom than your father, but I was wrong. I thought my children cared. I thought Caden had the biggest heart, and I was wrong. Colin, I hope you listen to my videos. I hope you read my letters. And I want you to know your mother loves you so much. And I hope you never turn your back on your mom. Ever. Because that's what he wants. He wants you to have no relationship with me. Because they're pure evil. These people are pure evil. They're narcissists. Look up what a narcissist is. It's somebody that has no empathy for anyone else. All he cares about is his mother. These people don't love you. What they're doing is not love. What they're doing is full of hate. They're making you choose. They're deciding for you whether you have a relationship with your mom. And you're going along with it. They want you to be narcissists, just like they are. You've hurt me, Connor, Caden, and you're still young, Colin, but I just urge you to just spend time with your mother. Reach out to your mom. He doesn't have to know. I mean, if they're holding college over your head, and they don't have to know. The only one that's ever going to tell them is you. I just want you to be respectful. I want you to be young men that care about people, not material goods. I don't know how else to get through to you boys. I carry a lot of scars just like you do. But the fact is, if you cared about your mother, you would have reached out. You would never let anybody come between you and your mom. You wouldn't let your grandparents come between you and your mom. Boys, you don't know what true love is. True love isn't material. It isn't about the latest iPhone and the latest designer clothes. I'm just as hurt as you are. Probably more hurt. But if you care, boys, if any part of you cares, you'd want to know the truth. But apparently you're content with being lied to. Anyway, I've tried. If I die or anything happens to me, and you'll see, when you get older, you'll say, I wish I had reached out to your mom. I wish I had talked to my mom. I wish I didn't let material things get in the way. Because that's what you're doing, boys. What? He's going to give you a freaking new iPhone for Christmas? These people don't care about you. Show me respect. Show me the same respect I've shown you. Anyway, it's up to you, Connor, Caden, and Colin. If you want to keep being lied to, and you want to keep accepting material goods in exchange for a relationship with your mother. You know there's a reason they don't want you to talk to me. Because they don't want you to know the truth. Because they know that if you reach out and you talk to me, you'll realize everything that they've been telling you is a lie. But you're too scared, Connor, Caden, and Colin. Those are not the children that I gave birth to. All the memories I had, Caden, of you hugging me and kissing me, and you were beautiful children. All of you were beautiful kids. He took all that away. And of course I'm damaged, and of course I'm hurt. Because that's not something a mom can get past. Anyway, I love you. Even if you don't give a shit about your mom. Reach out to me on Snapchat. It's Geraldine BB 2023. Just reach out. Or else send me an email. I'm sure you know how to work email. Send me a text. I use text now. It's 505-427-2057. Boys, show me that you're better than him. Show me that you care. Because you may not always have your mother. And I don't want you to grow up and have regrets that you never spent time with your mom. And that you put material things ahead of your mother. Those people are lying to you, filling your heart with evil. You can choose to listen, or you can choose continue. Because I know you're not happy, boys. I know those material things don't make you happy. I can see it in your face. Connor, I was so disappointed you didn't even invite me to your graduation. You didn't even respect me enough to go to your graduation. You know how many children would love to have a mom like me that cares. I never thought I gave birth to children that cared more about material goods. And they cared more about being lied to than having a beautiful relationship with their mom. I don't want to regret having children. I'm just as hurt, boys, and I'm damaged just like you are. But don't continue to feed into what those narcissists are telling you. Because I know you're better than they are. Prove to me that I'm right. Prove to me, boys, that you care about your mom. And that you're not going to allow material things to get in the way. I don't know what else to say. I've tried so hard. I don't want this to be another Thanksgiving, another Christmas that I'm all alone. And Caden, if you're mad at me and you hate me so much, at least be mad enough to tell me why you hate me and why you're mad at me. I know you didn't mean to do what you did. You're just doing it because you're confused and you're angry. I know you're not happy, and I know Connor's not happy, and I know Colin's not happy, because you know why? You're put in a situation that children should never be put in. You're having to decide, who do I believe? Do I believe my mom, or do I believe my dad? You should never be in that situation, boys. I wanted to work together to make you beautiful young children, productive kids. All that was taken away from me. I tried. I couldn't keep paying lawyers. There was no guarantee. They would just drain you dry. They were like leeches. They just take everything from you. Armond Carion saying that I wanted everything my way. I got nothing my way. Nothing. I didn't get to choose where the supervision was. I shouldn't even be on supervision. But I didn't even get to choose where it was. I had no say in anything. I had no say in the therapist. There was no guardian ad litem. There was no court clinic. There was no psychologist. Even though I was told I was refusing to do a psychological evaluation when there was never one provided. And so your father, Paul Brian Baca, would go to court and say, oh, she's refusing to do the psychological evaluation. There was never one provided. I was never refusing to do anything. You know, the week of my finals, I had to fill out 50 questions for the court clinic. It took me a whole week. I was doing that and studying for my finals in school at the same time. And then he wrote to Judge Ramirez, Paul Brian Baca, and said, oh, I don't have to do a psychological evaluation. I don't have to do the court clinic. And Judge Ramirez says, okay. And just everything was thrown out. So all that time I had spent filling out all those questionnaires, everything was just thrown out. We have one of the most corrupt family courts. Completely corrupt. Stephen Klump does not care about children. Armond Carion definitely doesn't care. And Judge Ramirez doesn't give a shit. Deborah Ramirez. It's all about who benefits them the most. Who has the most money. They thought they could just treat me like garbage. And then I was going to go on drugs or, become an alcoholic and just get depressed. They didn't count on me to spend so long fighting. And it's a shame that nobody wants to help me. Nobody wants to do what's right. Nobody has said, hey, Geraldine, I'd love to help you. It's not right. Everything's been my word against theirs. All the videos that I've put out, no one's ever reached out. Ever. I've learned what it is to, just to do things on your own. Because if you want to know who your friends are, go through custody and go through divorce. People that I thought were mutual friends of ours, after the divorce, they just took his side. I couldn't care less about those people anyway. They don't mean anything to me. I used to have people come up to me and say, hey, Geraldine, how are you feeling? Oh, remember when, their child used to hang out with my son? I didn't have any memory because I had blocked so much out. I don't have any memory anymore. Now I just avoid people that my sons went to school with because I don't want to talk to them. I see people in Dunkin' Donuts that went to school with my children. I don't even look at them because I have nothing to say. I don't want to tell them, hey, I don't see my kids. I haven't seen my children, and none of my kids want to reach out to me because their minds have been poisoned against their mom. I really don't care anymore. I've been so hurt. I don't care anymore. I haven't met anybody, that's in a financial position that wants to help me. Or somebody that's in the court system that can do something. All my videos, all my letters, everything that I've put on the internet, nobody cares. And then on top of all of that, I have my 3 sons that don't even bother reaching out to me. I could do what a lot of parents in my situation do. I could just turn my back on them and forget about it. But the mother in me can't. And I keep torturing myself. I keep reliving everything in my mind. It's hard. Because you don't get a break from yourself. You can't wake up in the morning and say, hey, this is going to be the day that I'm not going to think about what's going on. You don't get to switch off. Anyway, boys, I pray that you do the right thing. I pray that you will say, hey, I want to know my mom. I want to find out who's telling the truth. I want to have a relationship with my mother. I don't want to be scared anymore. I don't want somebody dictating whether I talk to my mom or not. So what if he kicks you out of the house, boys? You can live with me. It won't be a 4-star hotel, but I'll do my best. All I'm asking is for you to spend time with me and for you to reach out. But if you don't find it in your hearts that you want to do that, I can't keep fighting. I can't keep torturing myself, hoping and praying that things will be different. I just want to know in my heart that I've done everything I can. Even if my kids won't listen to me, I've done everything I can. I'm just as hurt as they are, but at least I make an effort. Boys, I was young like you once. You think I wasn't 16 once? I wasn't 14. You think you know everything, but you don't. There's so much to learn. What they're teaching you is not love. They're just teaching you how to hate, how to hurt your mom, how to be vengeful. They want you to be filled with so much hate. Samuel Baca, Jenny Schulte, Virginia Schulte, and Paul Brian Baca, that lives on Red Bloom Road, works in Sandia Labs. They just want you to hate your mom. They want you to keep believing the lies, and they want you to keep being scared. They've hurt me so much, boys. And then they want you to hurt me too by continuing what they're doing. But I know, boys, you're part of me, and you've got good hearts. I know you're scared. But I urge you to do what's right. Because I know when you grow up, you're going to have regrets, and you're going to say, I wish I had listened to my mother. I wish I had reached out to my mom. Do you want another 8 years to go by? You just want to believe one side of the story. A loving father and loving grandparents would not keep you away from your mom, boys. They wouldn't make you choose between a relationship with your mother and a relationship with your father. They would want what's best for you. And just because they have more money doesn't mean they're good people. It just gives them more power to do evil. And what they're doing, boys, is child abuse. They're messing with your mind. They're creating memories in your head that never happened. They want you to be filled with so much hate. I pray that you do what's right. Because I don't want to be angry, boys. I don't want to spend Christmas and Thanksgiving on my own. I want to believe that at least one of my 3 sons cares enough about their mom. But I can't keep doing this alone. Because this is torture. Every day I relive everything. I don't get to switch off. I keep thinking in my head, if only I kept them away from his grandparents. But I had no idea at the time that they were capable of such evil. I truly believed they were good people. Couldn't have been more wrong. But Caden, if you want to continue hiding behind them and being unhappy and having your mind controlled by Paul Brian Baca, I know he hurts you, Caden, Connor, and Colin. I know he beats you up. I know he's not a good father. He's full of evil, because no father that loves you would make you choose between your mom and your dad. He's doing that because he's so full of hurt and he's so full of hate. Not hurt, he's so full of anger. And he's so full of hate. And he wants you, boys, to grow up to be just like him. He wants me to give up, stop trying. And he wants to keep controlling your mind and filling your minds with evil. But boys, all that's going to do is mess you up. You should not have to choose between your mother and your father. Money should not even be a factor. It's not about who can buy you the latest iPhone or the latest designer clothes or take you to Disneyland. It's not about any of that. It's what comes from the heart, boys. And I hope you have the same heart as your mother. I hope you care as much as I do. Because I don't want to wait another 8 years for you to turn around and say, I'm sorry, mother. Sorry, mom. From the beginning, he wanted you to call me by my first name. To kind of break up that bond. He had you calling me by my first name. Anyway, boys, you can keep living the way you're living, or you can find out the truth. They don't care about you. What they're doing is not love. They want to hurt me, fine. But by using you to hurt your mother, it's a different thing. Children should never be in the middle. Your father never, ever wanted to share custody. He wanted to pay child support. Never wanted to share custody. I'm damaged from everything I've been through. I still wake up in the morning and I still put one foot in front of the other. My trust is destroyed. My heart is shattered. But part of me holds on to hope that my kids care. I hope I'm not wasting my time. I hope you listen to my videos, boys, and just say, hey, I do want to talk to my mom. Because what you're doing is living in a prison. He's put you in this mental prison. No father should tell the children, don't reach out to your mother. That goes against the court order, boys. Go read the court order. Connor, you're old enough, you can look it up. I can post it, I don't care. I can show you everything that Armond Carion said. I just don't want all my letters and all my videos to be for nothing. I know you're not happy, Connor, Caden, and Colin. I can see it in your faces. You're not happy. You've lost that light in your eyes. That ray of sunshine. I don't know how his girlfriend treats you. I hope you don't call her mom. She's not your mother. Sooner or later, she'll find out what he's all about. She'll never be number one. She'll always be last, just like I was. He had no respect for your mom. His actions show that he has no respect. He's so used to getting everything from his parents. He's always had everything handed to him. Paul Breinbacher. He's evil. He thinks by going to the gym and working out, he thinks he's better than 20-year-olds or 24-year-olds or, kids in their 20s. He's forgetting that he's 51. And all that bodybuilding, all it does is make him more angry. I saw him change. The person I first knew, he changed. I see him get so angry. Remember the time that I went to the gym, and I had just finished the treadmill. I'd spent like an hour on the treadmill, and then the pastor got on the treadmill, this black pastor, African American, and so I started talking to him, and so I ended up staying another hour probably on the treadmill. Anyway, I ended up coming home. He said to me, how was the gym? I said it was good. And I wasn't thinking anything of it. And I told him about the pastor. He went crazy. He went nuts. All he heard was the word black. He went nuts. He was so angry that I didn't even sleep with him that night. I slept with the boys. And then the next evening I went, like the afternoon probably, because it was his days off from work. I went to the gym again. And I remember I was still so shaken up by the day before and his reaction and how he reacted that I couldn't concentrate. And I ended up leaving the gym and I went to Dillard's to talk to my friend Karen that was working in Dillard's. What I didn't know is that he had put the 3 children in the car and went to the gym to look for me, to see if I was still talking to the pastor. No idea. So anyway, when I came home from Dillard's, he goes, "Where were you?" I told him I was at the gym. He goes, "No, you weren't." I said, I was at the gym. "No, you weren't." That's when I realized he had put the 3 children in the car and went down to the gym. And so in his mind, this is how what's the word? Like crazy his mind is. He thought I was giving a blowjob to the pastor. That's what was going on in his head. And so I got another lecture when I got back to the house. And I couldn't believe it. Like in my mind, I couldn't believe how crazy he was going. And that wasn't even it. Because that weekend, the children were in sports. And, the parents have to volunteer to go clean up the field, like pick up all the litter. So he went with Connor, I think. Anyway, he called me from the field and he goes, he told me that he had talked to somebody in the field, like another woman, and that she told him that the pastor was a pedophile. And the pastor was volunteering at the gym. Like, this is a family gym where children go all the time. So he called me to let me know that the pastor was a pedophile. Like this woman that he had supposedly met at the field, that he was. And so I was like shocked, and I was like, no. I was like, they do background checks on people that volunteer at the gym. So then, so I ended up calling the gym and telling them what he had said. And they were like, absolutely not. I was like, yeah, I said my husband said that he's a pedophile. That someone told him that he was a pedophile. Anyway, that's just a part of everything that I went through when I was married to him. I ended up blocking so many memories out. I didn't even want to think about anything anymore. All I cared about was the kids. If the children weren't in the picture, I would have left. I mean, he didn't give a shit about me. He cared about his mommy, the children, and his father. I was last in the totem pole. He didn't give a shit. Couldn't care less. Anyway, I gotta go. I hope my children decide that this year is the year they're gonna talk to their mom. They're gonna want to know the truth. Anyway, bye everybody. Bye.